government will stick to its plan to cut annual vehicle population growth to 0.5% from 1% starting in February, said Transport Minister Lui Tuck Yew. This was first announced in October 2011. Speaking on the sidelines of a tour of Bishan Depot on Thursday, Mr. Lui commented on the record certificate of entitlement prices. Category A premiums, for example, breached $92,000 at the latest tender on Wednesday, the highest in history.
Well, we have made some tweaks over the course of the last 12 months in terms of delaying the full implementation of the 0.5% growth. We continue to withhold the clawback of the COEs until the second half of this year. I think if you look at prices of COEs, supply is certainly one of the factors that caused the increase, but I think there are also a number of other factors as well, including the state of the economy, including the spending power of people, including their desire to own a car. Today, about 45% of households in Singapore own a car or more, 45%. All right, this is an increase of 40% from 2008. No, we have no plans to delay this. This will kick in for the next half-year cycle starting in February.
In May last year, Mr. Lui said the vehicle growth rate would be cut by August the same year to allow for more flexibility given the rising COE prices.
Based on the developments that we see around and so on, we know that we need to constrain the growth of vehicles and place a lot more emphasis on promotion of public transport, making sure that it is reliable, making sure that the waiting time is minimized as much as possible. During a time like this, there are always calls to place a lot more emphasis on usage rather than ownership. And this would vary from time to time, because when I first came in, there was of course a lot of calls to lower the cost of usage, including reducing the number of hours that the ERP operates on the CTE and then into the Central Business District, into Orchard Road and so on. So what we need to do is really try and strike a balance between ownership and usage.
Mr. Lui also said that the LTA will look into whether the carbon emissions-based vehicle scheme, which started in January, has impacted the bidding for COEs. Under this scheme, lower emission cars qualify for rebates between $5,000 and $20,000.
So I want to see how and try to understand a little bit better whether there is an impact of this rebate being channeled towards a more aggressive bidding for COEs in Cat A. It will of course take a little bit of time to stabilize because I think some of these things you can't decipher it in the space of one bidding, but this is certainly something that we are paying attention to as well. Even though over the course of the year the premium for the COE in Cat C had also increased. I think it is from 30,000+ to now 50,000. My understanding from the preliminary data, and I don't have the full set of numbers with me yet, is that the number of COEs available for Cat C in the next 6-month bidding cycle is going to increase from where it is for the current 6 months.
Watch our other clips for more on the LTA's plans to increase public transport efficiency in Singapore.